So what is mindful eating? Essentially, it's taking a moment to slow down and to check in with yourself before you eat. So if you are rushing through and you're living a really busy life and you're not taking time to slow down and pay attention to the meals and snacks that you're having, you can actually, without knowing it, eat way more food than what you probably thought that you had. I know that I'm a creature of habit, and I hit 3 o'clock every day, and even if I'm not hungry, I'm still looking for a snack because that's just the way that my body has adapted to habits. That can happen for everybody. And sometimes the way that I like to describe mindless eating is actually, when you're driving along in a car, and this isn't great, but when you're driving along and for the last 30 seconds, you can't actually remember what you've driven past or what the road looked like, and you've actually ended up a bit further down the road and you think, how did I get here? And how am I still alive? Because I didn't even know that I was in the car and driving. That can happen with food. Before you know it, you've eaten a whole bag of chips or a whole plate of food, and you probably weren't even that hungry and needed that much food. So what we're going to do today is we are actually going to look at some mindful eating techniques, what you can do at home to bring some more mindfulness to every time that you eat. And hopefully that's going to help you tap into what your body wants, what it feels like and what it needs. And you can then tailor your food intake to really suit you. So now's the time where you pause the video, you go to the cupboard or the fridge and you go and get yourself out a delicious snacky snack, like something really tasty. I still have an Easter bunny, so this is gonna be my little go-to for the day, okay? 3, 2, 1, go. Now that you've got your delicious little snacky snack, I want you to turn off your phone. Unless you're watching me through your phone, then don't turn off your phone because you're gonna need me still. Turn off the TV, remove any distractions. Sadly, I can't completely remove my bird, so I'm gonna have to deal with that distraction and see how we go. I want you to find yourself a really nice quiet place where no one is around, and I just want you to take 3 nice big deep breaths for me. One more. Cool. So hopefully now you're feeling nice and settled. So I want you to grab your snacky snack and I want you to pick it up. But I don't want you to unwrap it yet. I just want you to hold it. So if it's not a giant goddamn rabbit, feel free to pop it in the palm of your hand. Hopefully you've got something a little smaller than a full-sized Easter bunny. Feel the weight of your snacky snack in your hand. Does it feel light? Is it heavy? Have you noticed that about it before? Pay attention to the wrapper on your snack. Have a look at the different colors. Mine, this is a dream rabbit. Did not notice that there was gold on his little belly with like blue clouds before. Don't know if you can see that. Didn't know that that was a thing. Clearly haven't been eating very mindfully. Now, with that wrapper, I want you to notice how it feels. Is it making any sounds? Mine's got this crinkly foil sound to it. Now, take a look again at your wrapper and rotate it. Does the light hit it differently in spots that you've never noticed before? It's definitely catching his gold belly, that's for sure. Now, I know that mindfulness is sometimes a really tricky thing to do, so if you notice that your mind is wandering, I just want you to bring it back. Come back to me. Come back to my voice, come back to my snacky snack. We're almost there. Now, I want you to slowly unwrap your snack, okay? Again, pay attention to how it feels under your fingers. Pay attention to the sound that it's making. before you take a bite, I actually want you to bring your snack to your nose. Give her a good old whiff. Give it a couple. Have you noticed anything change in your body? My mouth is already salivating. Like, I've already got saliva going. It smells fantastic. Hopefully your snack smells just as good. Now I know what you're probably thinking. You're probably thinking, just hurry up and let me eat it. And that's a really normal response. That's okay. Just pay attention to that feeling, acknowledge it, and let it settle, okay? We don't need to rush anything now. Okay, now's the fun part. I want you to take a really small, slow bite. Nothing too hectic, just nice and slow. Do not chew and do not swallow. Just let it sit. How does it feel in your mouth? If it's chocolate, it might be melting right now. Mine's definitely melting. I didn't notice before how sickeningly sweet white chocolate is. This is outrageous. My mouth is salivating something crazy. There's so much going on. Pay attention to what's happening in your mouth. Are different areas pinging? Are you picking up more flavors on the right side or on the left? Is your mouth full of saliva like mine? I should have grabbed a tissue. I'm pretty certain I'm going to dribble in a sec. Okay, my chocolate is basically melted. So now I'd like you to swallow. As you swallow, pay attention to how the flavors change. Mine had like this big tang kind of at the roof of my mouth as it went through. Pay attention to see if there's anything lingering in your mouth. Is there anything hanging around still? Any flavors? Mine is completely gone. That went really quickly. It's like really intense to start off with, and then it's gone again. Okay. I'm gonna invite you to take another bite if you'd like to. You can if you want, don't have to if you don't need to. So I'm gonna. This is so weird. That intense sweetness that I got knocked over with by the white chocolate on the first bite, it's not there. It's like, it's almost tasteless. It's still creamy, it's still melting. My mouth is only got like a tiny little bit of saliva in comparison. Like, my body's not just like, hurry up, let me finish eating this. This is weird. Okay, go ahead and swallow. I didn't get that big ping at the back on like the roof of my mouth like I got last time when I swallowed. That's gone. Literally, I couldn't, unless you told me that I was eating like a white chocolate rabbit, I wouldn't have known. If you want to, go ahead and finish your snack. I am not going to finish my snack because that second bite was nowhere near as enjoyable as the first. So thank you so much for sticking with me through that activity. I know it can feel a little bit uncomfortable at times. I certainly found it really unsettling the first time that I did it because it's not a normal way of eating. But if you can, try and slow down once a day and take one mouthful that feels exactly like that to help build your awareness when you're eating. Now, this is just an introduction to what mindful eating can look like. This is just an activity. Don't expect you to do it every time, but the most important parts and aspects of mindful eating that you can do is to actually remove all distractions when you eat, slow down, take the time to be in the moment, okay? So no watching TV while you're eating, no eating on the run while you're driving to and from work. Just try and take the moment to eat where you can. I've actually put together 4 questions that I'd like you to ask yourself before you eat. Now, I've popped these down in the comments below. You can either save this, print this out, put it on your fridge, I don't know, save it to your phone, whatever works for you, but keep these somewhere where they can remind you to start learning to ask these questions. Eventually, that will become a normal habit, and hopefully you can ask yourself these questions before you go to eat. Firstly, check in. Ask yourself, am I hungry or am I thirsty? Is that why I'm going to go eat? Or why am I eating? Check in. Is it lunchtime? Is that why you want to eat? To keep your meals and snacks regular? Or is it because you're about to go to training, so you need to fuel yourself before that session? That's an okay reason to eat. So if you are hungry, eat. If you need to eat, eat. Totally okay. If you've got a big fat yes to either of those things, I want you to ask yourself, what do I feel like eating? It's so important that we actually eat for enjoyment. Food is what connects us socially with people. It also supports us emotionally. And not only does it help support our physical health, but also our mental health, okay? So by not limiting yourself or restricting foods unnecessarily, you are going to have a better relationship with your food, and you're going to feel more in control, and you won't necessarily binge or overeat when you get the chance to eat foods that you're withholding, okay? Last one, can I actually take a moment to slow down to eat this? Or do I need to grab this and be running out the door? Try and take a chance to just be in the moment. That will stop you from overeating, that will stop that calorie surplus, and hopefully support you in better performance as an athlete. Okay guys, I hope that this was a really good but quick introduction to mindful eating. May not have been able to answer all of your questions. You may still have some coming up, if not today, but later on down the track. If that is you, if you would like to know more about how to do this and implement this at home right now, check in with your coach and ask them for an appointment with either myself or Gay. We'd be more than happy to help show you how to check in with your hunger cues, use a hunger fullness scale, and just slow down and be in the moment with your food.